Historically low interest rates and smaller price increases are helping bring homeownership within reach for more Americans. Last month, previously owned home sales making a comeback. However, newly constructed home sales have dipped. So the question, if you're looking to buy here, what route do you take? Our guest is our market expert, Mark Bloom with NetWorth Realty. The website is networthrealtyusa.com. Mark, thanks for joining us here on America's Morning News. From the looks of the current housing market, what would you recommend for the first-time investor or buyer, especially on the news that broke here recently?
Well, I'll tell you what, we represent at NetWorth Realty, we represent investors in large part. That's a lot of what we deal with. And, I mean, if anyone's looking to invest right now, is a wonderful time to get in. You're below the trough. You still, as this report shows, got appreciation coming out. Interest rates are low. There's a lot of good factors. And obviously the same thing goes for first-time home buyers. This is a great time to get into the market. There's still a lot of people that are a little hesitant because of the employment market. The real estate market is not as strong as it could be. So there's still a lot of factors that play well for first-time home buyers.
Yeah, you mentioned interest rates remain low. They've been low for a long time. I mean, what are you looking at as far as those interest rates going up and what kind of time frame?
Sure. Well, just so you guys know as well, interest rates historically are one of the hardest things to predict. That said, you can't really get much lower than where we're at. They've been threatening to raise interest rates. Every time they do, the market kind of gets a little jumpy. I think that sometime over the next couple of, let's say, quarters, 6 months to a year, you will see interest rates start to come up. My personal opinion is as you start to see the employment numbers strengthen in this country and incomes strengthen in this country as they have in the past, but haven't in the recent past, that will lead to interest rate increases.
Well, what about investing in a second property? Is now a good time to do that as well?
I mean, we're huge proponents of investment real estate. There are times when it's more difficult than others. Right now, it is a wonderful time to invest. If you're looking at a second house as a vacation home, there are some other factors to consider. But if you're looking at a second house for rental purposes, the rents are at an all-time high, interest rates are at an all-time low. It really plays well for people looking to invest in real estate. And we're seeing that at NetWorth Realty. We sell probably 120 properties a month to other investors.
You mentioned as a vacation home, there are some other factors you probably need to look at. What are some of those other factors?
Sure. Well, location, demand. I mean, let's say if you're looking at a second home for a ski place or a beach place, you need to make sure that, yes, those interest rates are low. You need to make sure, especially with a beach place or some place that's near other natural disaster type of happenings, you want to make sure that your insurance is at a reasonable rate. So there's a lot of other factors that come into play with a second home.
All right, so first-time investors, let's take first-time investors. What's your greatest piece of advice for them?
First-time investors, take your time. Get all your ducks in a row before you pull the trigger on the house. In other words, make sure you have a solid contractor. Make sure you know what the rehab is going to be in detail before you get started. Most investors, as long as they buy right, which you need the help of some local expertise, there are plenty of people out there like NetWorth Realty to help you. Look in your local market. If you're looking to invest outside of your local market, that's becoming more popular as the country seems to become smaller and smaller as we get more digital. That said, most investors, as long as they buy right, get taken advantage of. If they have a mistake, get taken advantage of by the contractor. So make sure that you're staying on top of your rehab.
Mark Bloom is our market expert. He's with NetWorth Realty. The website is networthrealtyusa.com. They're located in Dallas. They've expanded to Denver as well. He joins us each Monday at this time here on America's Morning News. Hey, Mark, thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. And we are in 9 locations throughout the country, so feel free to give us a call. We're happy to help.
Very good. More breaking news on the way. America's Morning News, journalism without agenda.